Hey everybody, Ron here, back again with another episode of Rate Your Ride. This time I am joined by Dustin K. Dustin K comes to us from Custom Offsets.
That's right.
And he is the operations lead.
Correct.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
We got 3 trucks today, and we'll start off with the first one. First truck is a 2012 Ram 2500, so a big boy, on Anthem Defenders 20x10 with a -24 offset, on Cooper Discover STT Pros 35x12.5 on a Fox suspension leveling kit. Okay. What are your first thoughts?
I mean, I like it. It's a relatively simple build. Obviously, that front bumper is pretty big. But I think it ties together really well with the entire setup. You know, I'm just kind of looking here a little bit. I like the Raptor style lights. I'm a big Raptor fan. I think that's super cool. So to see other guys take that and implement that is super neat. So, yeah,
nice clean look. Obviously, aftermarket front bumper looks like a aftermarket rear bumper.
Yep.
It looks like the Diamondback topper or Diamondback bed cover, headache rack. Steps, flares,
got
the big tow mirrors.
He's power thing going on.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on here. Definitely the looks like the front headlights too are aftermarket and the tail lights. So he's really done a lot with this.
Yeah, it's a very almost simple build, but not simple build at the same time. Yeah. It's a lot of attention to little details, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's a clean build.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like this. Yeah. And he's a big boy too. He's got the I don't know what they call it. The extended.
It's like the extended crew cab. The
I think it's about as big as you can get there.
Yeah, so. Correct.
Anyway, I got a number. How about you?
Let's do it.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3,
8.
7.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so I did 7. I like it. I could probably, if it was just a little bit more on the lift, I like more of the suspension lift on there, but sure. Super cool, nice clean build. It's clean. Yep. I like it, it's nice.
Yeah, it ties really well together. For me, I'm not a huge fan of the bolt-on flares, but I think that's just a personal taste thing. Other than that, I mean, it all ties together really well. I love that wheel package. I do like that wheel in that size. I think, you know, for Anthem, that's one of the bigger wheels that you guys make, and It looks really, really good. So kudos to him on that.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Defender is one of our more popular wheels, because you can actually pull out the, in case you don't know, you can take the inserts, customize them, pop them back in there. So if you want to pop a color or something like that, that's the one to go with. So
yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So number 2 today.
Okay, this is a little different.
Yeah, this one always gets a lot of attention. So this is a 2008 Hummer H2. You don't see many of these anymore. On Anthem Instigator 17x9, so small wheel, big tire. On Cooper Discover STT, so again, almost the same tire as last time.
Yep.
Except this is the Pro on 37x12.5 with an air suspension.
Okay.
So
interesting suspension choice.
Yeah.
Being on bags. I like the wrap on this. I like that. I can't tell. I think it's a black vehicle originally with the orange half wrap, or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not really sure, but I think it looks really good. This tire with pairing with a smaller wheel looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's great.
I think the suspension on this one makes sense just because you could do a lot to this, but you don't need to do a lot to this. I think it's got a cool color combination. The wheel and tire mix is understated, but to me it's just the right size to fill that wheel well.
Yeah, pairs very well with the size of the vehicle, you know.
And the fact that it's a Hummer H2, I mean, it's a vehicle that's noticed. it's got a super cool look to it.
Yeah.
Definitely think it's cool.
Yeah, it's super neat. I really like it. That, like you said, that wheel and tire size is perfect for this thing. So,
you got a number?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, 1, 2, 3,
7.
8.
We're backwards on this.
So this time we flipped.
Yeah, okay.
I definitely like the H2s. Always have. Always said I was going to get one when they came out, and never got one. Kind of wore off, but always loved the look of this. I think it's a real aggressive looking. Too bad they stopped making them. But yeah, that's why I went with an 8, and I really like the color combination there. To me, it's just enough to to set it off.
It's loud but subtle and aggressive but not aggressive. If that makes sense, right? I mean, you can kind of, it's like the perfect balance of both. Really, the only thing for me that I'm not a huge fan of is that it's a Hummer H2. I'm not a big Hummer guy.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, I think he's done a really, really good job of kind of pairing things together and really, really tying every little aspect of this. So, looks
Cool.
good.
All right, moving on to our third and final one.
Okay.
Here we go. Now we're going with a 2010 Ford F-150 on Anthem Instigators, 18x9 with a -12 offset on tread right the claw, 33x12.5 on a Superlift 6-inch suspension lift. What are your thoughts?
Fun fact, I believe those tread right tires are actually recaps.
Are they?
Yeah, so that's a company that will recycle, I don't know if you can call them cores or chassis or whatever you call them, and then they recap them. So it's super cool. You don't see a lot of those.
Super.
But
that's interesting. Let us know if you guys know about that. That's an interesting fun fact.
At least they were at one point. I don't know, maybe they're not anymore, but at one point they were a recap tire. So lift looks good on this one. It's a pretty big truck. Looks like he's done some trimming on the old fenders there, which flows really well into the word I'm thinking of.
Fender flare?
Yeah, that's
the aftermarket fender flare.
I couldn't hit it.
yeah, definitely. You can tell he's cut that out and then made the fender flares on there, and then it looks like it ties in nicely with the front bumper.
Yeah.
The way it's all molded in there.
The body lines.
Yeah. Nice clean look. It's not a 4-door, it's a 2-door, so it's the extended cab. Definitely a lot of fans of that. Some people might be hating on the roof light bar. I see it's up front and it looks like in the back. We got some people that always get angry over that, but that's a personal preference. This picture is out in the country, so it looks like he could easily be using this truck for functional purposes.
Correct.
Not just show. He's got ditch lights on there as well, so it could easily be used for work. So lots of reasons for seeing it like that, I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. Like you said, the light bar thing can be a bit much, but I think, again, these photos look very rustic. I see a fence in the background, you know, farm or ranch of some sort. So in that case, anyone who's been in that situation knows that when you need light bars are hard to beat.
For sure.
So
yeah, nice color too. I think everything kind of ties in well.
Cool.
Got a number?
Let's do it.
All right, 1, 2, 3,
7.
6.5. All right, there we go. Close.
We're getting
this
there.
far. Yeah, so I went with 7 on this one, but I think this is nice and clean, and for the year, I think it looks really well. Everything kind of ties in. I don't see anything going really crazy off the deep end there. So
yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree with you 110%. Not my favorite body style truck, but again, much like some of the other ones we looked at, he's done a really good job, he or she I should say, has done a really good job of tying everything together, and the lift and the wheel and tire package looks good, and the light bars look very functional, you know, so
sure.
Kudos to them for taking a truck and making it, you know, what they want it to be. So.
Cool. Well, that wraps it up for today. Thanks again for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Again, cool sweatshirt. If they
dude.
want to pick one up, where can they pick one up at?
They will be on customoffsets.com eventually. They're not there yet, but they should be shortly. So.
Cool. All right. And as far as I go, you'll be seeing a little less of me. We'll have some other people running Rate Your Rides from here on out. But as always, if you want to see your ride on Rate Your Rides, go ahead and jump on www.anthemwheels.com and click on Add to the Gallery. And when you do that, we will select several vehicles regularly, and you might see your ride out there. So until next time, peace.